Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read. This is for Thursday, the 26th of January, 2023. I do want to thank you so much for joining me for this reading, but do keep in mind as we proceed, this is general for the day for all 12 signs, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. But I more than appreciate the likes, comments, and of course, subscriptions to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now, I did pre-poll an overall Prism Oracle to speak upon represent this specific Thursday, and we got determination. And by the way, I do apologize for not posting a daily read for Wednesday. I did it in full and I just wasn't satisfied with the quality of which, so I chose to just not post it. Anyways, so determination, if you can even see that, it's very yellow, very bright. So it's meant to be a sunnier day than one would expect, I feel the need to say. You'll be feeling very sunny, very energetic, determined to say the very least, given that's the overall energy with what you need to achieve, with what feels unexpected even. There's just they're saying a courage, a very motivated way about this day. The Emperor and the Seven of Pentacles. So it feels like you want to get a lot accomplished, naturally, right? And so whatever you're watering, whatever you feel the need to be successful at, to achieve throughout this day, keep in mind you will get it done, but there's a need to be flexible in regards to when that happens. Because I feel like there's a sense that you want to get it done at a certain point, but something may get in the way, right? Or something may push you to get it done at a later point in the day. But Spirit's saying when it gets done, it's meant to get done, right? The Eight of Wands and the Magician, because I feel like there's a point of focus throughout the day on communication, right? If it's not multiple points for some, it's one specific point. But communication with oneself, with the universe being a focus at one point at least, to say that you have the ability to manifest whatever you desire, right? A sense of a lot being determined to manifest more success when it comes to, say, your business, your project, your job. It could be the success of a relationship. But it feels like there's one specific thing that you wish to see success manifested for throughout this day. It could be a new opportunity for some. But it feels like it's at the very least something in your current day situation that you wish to see progress, succeed more so, right? Or just come to be, or both, right? It just feels like a lot of which are saying, yes, I want something that I'm working on, that I'm watering and producing and developing for at this time to be successful. Also want something new, right? But some of which are being honest with oneself and recognizing that this does entail several steps or certain steps beforehand, right, to see it come to be, or just know it's not meant to come to be right away. It's up to you to keep a positive mindset. Interesting. Don't be surprised when this day highlights the fact that you're not comparing what's at hand to the past, but you're also not looking to go back to the past. I feel like whether this is a relationship, this is a past living situation, place of residence, a city, a state, a county, country, you name it. It could be more so a career situation, right? Or a field for some. It's like Spirit's pushing you to recognize, and even recognizing in their eyes, what you've been through, where you're at now, right? The type of individual you've become. You've progressed so much that you're recognizing what and who is not meant for you, excuse me. And just kind of progressing in that sense, right? It's like, I'm a different version of myself at this point along my path. You are. So I don't need that person, right? I don't fit in that situation. That isn't progressing in the way I foresee my life thriving. Does that make sense? And I feel like certain reminders recently, even potentially throughout this day, even success is coming to be throughout this day and recently and surrounding it, it all plays into you not tying what you see your future looking like to the past, okay? And Spirit's saying, good job, but let's keep this going, because it's just as easy to slip back into wanting something familiar, or just kind of wanting to rewind or just take that detour back to something similar. Does that make sense? But I also feel like you're thinking about something that should be progressing a little bit quicker, and that ties into your determination. But I feel like as well, certain reminders of disappointments, issues, slip-ups from the past ties into your determination to see your future more successful than what you once were wrapped up with. So this day just it reminds you that you're meant to just stay motivated to see your future brighter than your past, right? And even potentially brighter than what you have at hand now. But also keep in mind what you're wrapped up with now could be so much worse, right? And potentially tying into what you once had. But I feel like as well, your connection to one, if not multiple people, takes a highlight throughout this day. I feel like there's multiple reasons to celebrate, to feel connected to what you're producing and developing. Communication with people takes a highlight, but how are you communicating with oneself? Are you believing that that what you desire is meant to be, or are you just thinking it's kind of a dream that will just float in the air and just dissipate because it's just a dream, right? You need to wholeheartedly believe in it. I also feel like images, designs, stuff of that nature takes a highlight as I'm drawn to her tattoo. Interesting fact, I actually do have that tattooed on me that I got in Ireland. But I do feel as if your connection to your higher self, to oneself, to your dreams, your goals, that takes a highlight. And they're drawing me to this. So your connection to the night sky might take a highlight for some, but I feel like at the very least, this is a Thursday that reminds you your dreams are coming to be moving forward. The stars are aligning for you, even if it doesn't fully feel like it or at all at times, right? There's a lot that Spirit's working on behind the scenes. There's a lot that you're putting forth as far as efforts goes, things that you're connecting that are moving you towards completion, success, right? Progression that doesn't feel tangible or just visible, right? It doesn't feel easily acknowledged in the moment, but it's leading towards more. Keep that in mind, all right? They're saying globe, your world. It's like try to at times throughout this Thursday take a step back and look at your world, even the world as a whole, from a different, larger, further out perspective, because I feel like zoning in at times or just staying so focused on what's at hand or just what feels annoying or just they're saying tangible may not be fully productive. Does that make sense? And I feel like at times you may not feel like that would be the most productive route or vision to have, but it just feels like what's at hand isn't everything that's needing to be seen. Don't let as well that outside or just larger perspective, bird's eye view, if you will, to be annoying or lead you to a level of frustration, okay? Because either one could be annoying or just frustrating for oneself. It's all about how you utilize it, right? But the Three of Pentacles and the Justice card came out a long time ago in this reading, because I do feel like you're being noticed. There's justice throughout this day. There's a sense of reflecting all the meanwhile on your world, on your progress, your development, the negatives. But I just feel like you are being noticed for somebody who's very honest. I feel like the Judgment card is coming into play. Look at that. And I do feel like there's a sense of you remembering, or for some being drawn to this reading in the process of releasing an old version of oneself, right? It's like sometimes we can find ourselves still one with an old version of ourselves a little bit later than we should have let go of which. Does that make sense? But for a lot being drawn to the reading, you did let go of this version of yourself or these versions a long time ago. And Spirit's saying, let this remind you of why you should be so determined and so happy about where things are and how they're meant to progress moving forward. Because there's a sense of things improving and just thriving and progressing more so moving forward than you can even see throughout this Thursday, all right? And just remember as you surprisingly don't connect things to the past as much as you would have in past versions of yourself, or just past chapters, right? Past days, even. This is a day where you're being noticed, you're being acknowledged. You should acknowledge how far you've come. And all the meanwhile, just embrace the attention and just the progression that's taking place at this time. But remember through it all that you deserve to celebrate how far you've come and how bright your future looks moving forward. And at times, remember, take a step back. All right, it's going to help you immensely. As you do what you have to do, you stay determined. Keep that sunny demeanor present for all to see, and at the very least for you to benefit from. It's a day to succeed, to manifest, to say the very least. All right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your Thursday, and I'll definitely see you next time.